delightful Karen McDermott, and I actually want to ask you a little bit more about your vision for the retreats in the future.
So Serenity Press retreats were definitely a calling for me, and I absolutely adore doing them. They're very much about the serenity of writing, and we have experiences, so we want to continue to just host the same experiences, but obviously with different people.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of people who come back from retreats from previous years. There's something magical about the castle in Ireland, and the people that come together. Everyone changes a little bit. You don't be the same person leaving.
Yeah. Karen, you've been in publishing for a while now, and I know that started with the writing of your own books, but it's now grown into quite a big enterprise, i.e. that there are a number of publishing houses that you have or that you support.
Yes.
So I'm wondering how much you want to grow that and continue to grow that. Is there a point in time where you feel that you will have reached what you want to reach?
I've already surpassed that, and I'm still going. So I know that what my empire is obviously going to be bigger than I can manage, and that's why I build out a team that I trust and support me, because I do have my own author aspirations.
That's my next question, is your own author aspirations and trying to keep them on track whilst managing a global enterprise the size of what you have and what you envision, plus the retreats and Mum of Six, and writing is still at the core of Karen, and how you manage to keep all of that aligned.
Well, I've been doing it for 10 years. I have a beautiful blend between it all, because I prioritise everything equally, and then I transition. For example, the flow of my life, because I have 6 children, as you mentioned, so I just flow with the school terms.
Yes.
So I do a lot of publishing in the term, so business hours, probably over business hours, and then in publishing, and then when it comes to school holidays, I shift mindset. I'm more in a fun mum kind of energy.
Yes.
It's a great energy to writing, because there's a lot of love in it. So that's when I write my books.
So I was going to say that knowing you, I'm assuming that there are spaces and times where you decide, right, now's the time to write the next book.
If I'm writing a novel, for example, I will, and if I want to have my own self-imposed deadline, I will write at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful rhythm. I write at least 1,000 words in that hour in the morning. And the reason why I choose 5 a.m. is because that's when you're closest to a dream night state.
Yes.
You channel writing better.
Yes.
There's no blocks that you would put in place whenever you get very analytical during the day. So the flow is easier. And when I come back the next day, my subconscious mind has been at work during the day, collecting what it is I need for the next day.
Yeah. And it's cleared through your dreams at night, and then bang, you're up at 5 o'clock.
It's all the magic of writing.
Yeah. What's the next book about, Karen?
I'm currently writing The Gift and Gratitude, which is book 5 in the series. So there's 7 books in my series. There's The Magic of Mindfulness, The Power of Knowing, The Miracle of Intent, The Law of Love. The Gift and Gratitude is launching next month, so I'm finalising that.
Wow.
The Freedom and Forgiveness, and The Beauty and Belief. And they're my 7 life principles. And I have recently come to acknowledge that that's the flow for me.
Yeah.
The reason why the books had to be individual, because people have different flows where you can shift them around, and maybe knowing is first, or maybe belief is first, or you shift them around for you.
Amazing. And the children's books. Are there any more children's books coming?
There's actually the Alphabet Job Buddies is illustrated up to N, which is the nurse. There's 26 job buddies.
Yes.
So as you can imagine, the Wonderful Cat Fox is illustrating 26 children's books. It takes a while.
Yes.
And then the wonderful Veronica Rick is doing my Mommy Monster series. There's 6 in that, so we're up to book 3 in that. So yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, so yes, absolutely, kids learn through books, so, they're fun.
I know other publishers that have children and they've encouraged their children to start writing at an early age. So they have children that have published at 6 and 10 and 12. Any aspirations from your children to write?
Well, Dylan, who actually has fallen in love with publishing and has set up his own publishing house called New Dawn, he actually, whilst in Plymouth for a 4.5 year kind of sabbatical thing from Australia, he wrote like a Game of Thrones novel, has built out a world, and he's almost finished it. So he finished it. So he's got the writing and publishing bug.
Good.
So he's very much a fantasy writer, and very much in the genre of like the Game of Thrones kinds of things. That takes a lot of depth. Worlds created, really complex characters. And then my other children, yes and no. Publishing is just so normal to them, And we used to have Mama Mac's homemade children's books, so we used to write and illustrate together, and we have a lot of them at home. So whenever they put the time and the energy into it, then it'll get published. But we work with it.
Fantastic.
We need to see the magic.
Carol McDermott, thank you for sharing your 5 minutes with me. It's a wonder to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.